Good afternoon, good afternoon. Welcome to my secondary channel, the number one grinder, real talk. Yours truly, the number one grinder. One of the best kept secrets on YouTube, the best of the business. Believe that. The title is The Losses That I Suffer in My Life Turn into Blessings. Yeah, into blessings. Yes. Yes, I'm going to explain that. I'm going to give people inspiration, right? Give you inspiration. So I'm going to hit y'all with this intro. Then, then we going to get into it, all right? So I will be back.
But y'all thought y'all wasn't gonna see me? I'm the Osiris of this shit. Check this out. Perfect. Champion, the way of the warrior. Champion eyes. Get back up. My spirit cries.
But you're a well-rounded warrior. You keep on fighting. That's what I am. Well-rounded warrior. I say for me, I've been passed over with my family, my fans, so-called family, some so-called family members, some friends, and etc. Pass over me. They feel that I'm not even there. And I used to accept it as I'm gonna prove something to you. Nah. That I have to understand when I get older is what I am. And I have to understand that when I'm moving of a certain space of my life to strive to do better, not that many people is going to understand your vision. Not many people is refused to understand the growth of your vision, of your self-vision. The growth of your vision help some.
You ain't lying.
Welcome back. Thank you. Brother Sheed, as always. Thanks for coming. Thanks for being with your Go Check Guys channel, Brother Sheed. Let me read this first. Just remember us as the righteous ones. We are still winners. That's the real. Remember that. Just remember that. Thanks a lot, as always, Brother BMT, to share my video, to share my live. Very much appreciate. That's another channel you need to check out, Brother BMT. Won't you check them out, please? Check them out. Check them out, please. And sub to these brothers, him and Brother Sheed. We here. Let me take this off. Throw this on. This is one of the topics that I want to do for a long time. Ever since my main channel, the Underrated Darkness, that will be back soon. We'll be back soon. Don't worry about that. But and I was going to wait till I get the channel back. But I feel that this is the time to talk about. Again, the losses that I suffered in my life turned into blessings. So I'm gonna go into my some parts of my life that we could benefit of. It doesn't make difference what level you at. Doesn't make a difference where you at. You can receive blessings through trials and tribulations, but you got to go through trial and tribulations to see that blessing. You got to go through your darkest and vulnerable times, as I've done in my life. That's what I coined myself the well-rounded warrior, because it make me as a well-rounded person, even though of my imperfections. I remember though, back in the early '70s, my late mother's father, grandfather, called Grandfather Wallace. He played an integral part, know how what the family is all about. Came from a big family. He had besides my late mother and my late aunt. He was with my grandmother. Then he went to met this. I'm not gonna say her name, but he went to met this other lady. Ended up having 9 more kids, eight girls and one boy. Some of them has passed throughout the years. Uncle Bud, shout out to your Uncle Bud. He passed in 2007. He was like one of the few that been part of my life, and niece and nephew. So throughout the years, shout out to you, Amanda. And and I lost him. I believe 71, 72, something like that. Between each of them years, I was 5 or 6 like that. And when I was five, now I was five. I became an uncle when I was 5. Became uncle, I was 5, and I lost him. And I was down for a while, but a blessing came out of it. Then I started learning to play basketball. And I learned kind of quick, and that was a blessing for me because it helped spearhead me to learn to know about our history very seriously, in depth of our global history as a people. And along the way, I was participating in the special education community, and that wasn't easy at all. And then my late father's father, Grandfather Thomas, my late mother named my late youngest brother after him, named was Lamar. And also my grandfather, he was, thank you. And, that down south stuff and everything, but he was right there. He, besides my late parents to pick me up from school bus, he was always right there. And one day he was gone. That's back in '74. I was 8. Yeah, I was 8. It was a cold night. Where grandfather? Where grandpa? Thank you, Amanda. Thank you. He was gone. So I can't talk for my other brothers and sisters, but it left a pain. And I remember that year, everybody knew him, I remember we the building that we was living in, Prospect Place. I'm not gonna give you the number back in Brooklyn. I'm not gonna give you the names. I'm not giving you the number, but a little Prospect Place. We used to live right next to the Phoenix House, and that was like people recovered from drugs and everything. and they were beautiful people. But it was this guy named Barry. He called him Big Brother. He was it's selling drugs, big thing, but he always protect our family. He always, especially I was the youngest at the, but he always was very overly protective of me. And I believe that summer, no, he would, yeah, he passed away that summer '74, and that left a hole in my heart because despite what he was doing, he always make sure to protect the block. Make sure no drugs on that block. And he got shot up with some silly dice game. And I never forget I took the walk up there. And I ain't supposed to walk up there, but I walk up there today and I see him lay down flat. And that was Big Bro right there. And that was during the time that my older brother, he moved my late grandmother, you know. But the blessings that I got off that, I started learning about our history. And I learned about the conditions of our people. I learned about how the system was manipulating us as a people. And this is during the time that the black man was not allowed in the house, the welfare and stuff like that. So when you hear people say, "Oh, it didn't never happen like that," they want to show you statistics. Don't listen to them. If you, they don't know because I seen it happen. I seen it happen. And so the black man and the black woman family was separated. They used to sit like they always used to send them spies. It's always the white woman they send spies. They never seen them, never send the black man. They never seen. I'm sorry, they never send. Man, they send the women, Chinese women, even some of our women. They spy on us, Good thing my late mother, my late father married it. So when you see the picture of that movie Claudine, that is very, very real. They are telling the truth. Shout out to 12 Hours, keep up the good work, and Tom Malone. Thanks for coming. Please share this out. When I was going through the times, I was getting good at basketball. And I started learning about the history. And that was a blessing because at that time I didn't have no friends. The only one really friends I had was like, my cousins. But they teenagers, they want to do their own thing. And I understand that. So I used to play with the basketball, and my parents bought me a nice sized Tonka truck. And I used to roll it around and stuff. And still dealing with the illness of our people, still dealing with the hatred, each other. I mean, we have hatred each other and deal with kids could be very, very cruel to you. And the stigma, they call you retarded. That in my life that lasts throughout the years for a long time. And so after that, I left Prospect Place. I found that Prospect Place in '76. And we moved to the project named like the terminal. Down the block, maybe 8, 9 blocks down. But it was a piece of me that I want to go because that was a community, and I didn't like that. And I was very angry at my parents for a while about that, and parents had me asking, want a better life and everything, moving the projects, have more room and stuff, but because the school bus that I took, the matron, right? She lived in the next building next to me. Her name was Phyllis. And she made sure we was all right. Made sure we was all right and everything. And I got to be in another district, and I didn't like that. And so, but change always better. So gotta understand before I continue. When a parent make changes, you gotta understand they change it for the family. They change for the betterment for the family. And I have to understand that, just cannot just go by memories. You gotta learn to move on. So after that, that's back in '76. We was the third family moving in Atlantic Terminals too. Back in Brooklyn, New York. We had like the gift certificate and all like that. Yeah. And so along the way, the conditions of our people again, the mishaps of our people, projects, and start getting bad again, drugs, pee around, selling your body, selling drugs and stuff. And along the way, I didn't have no friends because of the stigma. And along the way, I received blessings that I stopped like participating in art classes, start drawing and stuff like that. And then that during the time I started really learning about our people. And I really started studying about the system, the politics with it. Really a special ed too. And along the way, you know, I can't blame the kids. They go by what their parents see. So again, I ain't had no friends, and I'm not making no excuses or nothing. I'm just giving you the real. And so as many days, I for years I was isolated. Yeah, still standing strong. That tall building in Brooklyn. That's from 1/3 of my life I was from. 1/3 of my life I was from. And they ain't want me to play basketball. They ain't want me to play. Nah. So I started to catch wreck on other parts of Brooklyn. That's why I started traveling to the Bronx. I traveled to Manhattan. And so basketball was like my getaway. And I started forming lasting relationships even until this day. And my old basketball coach, he was like, "Yo, come on, we gonna get." And as a parent, you want to make sure your son is okay. That's all right. And I understand that. And as me being raised a Jehovah's Witness, I always had love for, always had belief, put God first, and I'm still put God first, no matter what. And it helped me. And along the way, my scar was 11. I said this certain things I'm saying right now probably something new, but I did say certain things on the Underrated Darkness channel. So excuse me, I'm just repeating it. So the ones who don't know, you would know now. And I got molested. I took my virginity by a grown woman back in 1977. And I had to like deal with that, and the blessings behind that is keep on pushing. Keep on fighting for justice. And to this day, the family don't know nothing about it. I told certain members of the family throughout the years, but to put the push on and everything. So then I started learning about the conscious community. Now I've been knew about the conscious community back in the '70s, but when you're too young, and the parents again, protect me, and rightfully so. But I used to sneak out the house and partake, what they're saying. And they was like talking about Africa. They was talking about stand up. And then I was introduced very early, the late great Dr. Henry Clerk, and then Dr. Francis West and others. I started learning from them when I was very young, and then they started reappearing my life back in the early '80s. Graduated junior high school together. Did all right and everything basketball, but I started learning and learning about the conscious community, and I started being more of an advocate because during the time I was an advocate then too, but the blessing I started being more advocate, to really talk. And what's up, what's good, hey, Mom Perry? What's up, family? I see you in the wild. Thanks for coming. Appreciate you. Thanks for coming. Appreciate it. Come on, get the lights up, y'all. Share this out. And along the way, I had some pushback. Hey, what you gonna do, man? So again, along the way, I had lost back in '82. I lost my great grandmother. My mom, that's my grandmother's, my mother, my late mother's grandmother, and mama, and and I lost a few friends along the way too. Was good people, and they try to feed their families, and people say they got caught up in the system, but the way how the government had it though is crazy. You know that people knew and grew up in the '80s. You know what I'm talking about. And I lost some good friends. That looked out for me, and then my father lost his mother, grandmother Gloria. Todd Atkins, salute to you, brother. Thanks for coming. And it hurt my father a lot. You gotta think about it. He lost his father in '74, and 9 years later he lost his mother. So he ain't had no parents. And again, along the way, me and my late father was never close. He is his own way. And it was not groomed or nothing. It just happened. You know what I mean? 12 hours. It just happened. You know. But all praise to God I got through it, and it's still scarred still. But get back to the story. And so he asked me, do I want to come with him? I said, nah, because at that time I was going through a lot. You know what I'm saying? Personally, I was going through a lot. Again, basketball, the blessings. I'm letting you know about the blessings. Thank you. Appreciate that. Appreciate Lady Loves. And I hope that going when y'all come in, please stay. And blessings. And along the way, my late second old brother, got married. My late father was the best man. At Kingdom Horn, I was the best man at the center, and it was a great time. It was a great time for me, and that was a blessing. That was a blessing. So along the way, my late second oldest brother Paul. That's the one that I told that passed away last August. He married this young lady. I'm not gonna say her name, but they produced my niece, and I became not just her niece, but a second father. Along the way, 86, I said, and then 3 years later, I lost my father, 1989. Now it's during the time I became a grown man and things happened, and that's what during the time I said to myself, I'm not going I'm going to dedicate part of my life for a purpose to fight against women molest little boys. Because I feel my time was I didn't get no justification. I didn't get no justice out of it. So I started a program. So I started program. Not I can say program. I started to see things for what it is. So my advocacy was really started back in '84. But gradually, I had learned. I said, this ain't gonna happen for me. So I gotta fight for the ones that like I said, for women molest little boys, and even in other fights and stuff of our community, fight for our community. Stand up and fight for our community. Let the world know that we part of the human family too, like everybody else. That they still treat us as right now that a lot of that some people in this space do not want to talk about. That I will talk about in the future. That I will hopefully have a panel of mature brothers and sisters. So along the way, we go into the '90s and stuff, and certain things happened. I became homeless, and when I was at this homeless shelter in Brooklyn, and the peoples, that I knew, older people, and they protect me. And that was a blessing. They looked out for me, and then it's good. See, this is what I'm saying. That me knowing me playing ball, it was like, yeah, that was my getaway too. And they was like, nah, you don't belong here. So my late mother kind of heard about it, and throughout the family told me to come home. And I ain't want to come home. And so I was like, I was staying at a friend in Crown Heights, and I came to see my mom, my late mother, and she said, "Baby, come home. We can work it out, and stuff like that." And I ain't want to, because I had like bad memories of Atlantic terminals. But I came back, to make sure the family is fine, but make sure even my late second oldest brother, I mean my late youngest brother, I'm sorry, Lamar, and protect him. So along the way, I came home, and that was a blessing right there. And 1995, I got married. That was a blessing at the time. And I was married for about 9.5 years. And that didn't work out. Then I received a blessing along the way. That I was getting better as a person. Then I lost my auntie, Auntie Ruth, my late mother's sister. Right, they was close. I lost her to cancer in '98, and she was the second mother. I had a few second mothers. Trust me, I do. That I probably do a story of everything. But that was my second. That hurt me because along my journey, she was always right there. When we had PTA meetings when I was little, sometimes my uncle Pete and my late Auntie Ruth, they always used to be right there, support, always advocate for me, make sure I'm fine, and all her they niece and nephew fine. But for me, and she passed away. It was like they ripped off apart, and so go through the marriage and everything that ended in 2004. That was hurt, and so along the way, and that ended. I met this young lady in 2006, and we had a relationship almost 8 years. Um, it was good. It was all good. We was going through a lot of things, going a lot of hard times. Then she got pregnant with my son in 2009, and that was a blessing. You know, he lived for 4.5 months, and that was hard. I mean, that's I would not wish that on of any parent, especially. I mean, you can't imagine what a woman feels. So I'm not even gonna deal with that. Y'all know what I'm talking about. And so it hurt. It took me a minute to get over. But for me, I had belief in God the losses that I suffered, that I would see them again in paradise. Say this is temporary death, but it doesn't take away the hurt and the disrespect of the community that a man cannot feel, cannot cry, don't supposed to feel like we supposed to take it and stuff like that. And let me say something before I continue. I hear these men in these spaces talking about you shouldn't complain. That's true. We shouldn't complain and everything. But I would tell any man, if you hold that in, you're gonna die. I find a lot of my friends had died of a broken heart because you can't express it. And mental health is real and also emotional We got to talk about the emotional part too. And I wish brothers would understand the importance of expressing yourself in a certain way. Now, there are some suckers out there. There are some that dumb. Yes, you don't pay attention to them. I get that. They hurt. They don't want to get over it. They don't want to get the help. Those are the ones you don't pay attention to. Yes, I agree with that. But let's not take off the board that us as black men, we are dying of broken heart. We are dying of mistrust. We are dying of not getting the justice that we deserve. And so so us brothers, man, we gotta get it together. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, I say this and I say it again. Are you gonna be with us, man, to try to be better or not? If not, just don't come to my channel. But don't come to my channel if you ain't all about putting our family, or get the man and the women together and even save our little boys and little girls. Now with that, don't come to my channel. No, no. And so along the way, 2009. Oh, boop boop, I forgot. 2001, I lost my great aunt Rosa back in 2000. That's when I was still married. And the blessing I got over that my mother, there was a camera that had was a snap that the picture came out, and it was people just grabbing stuff because at the time my aunt lived in the same building that my family did. So my mom lived on the 12th floor, my auntie lived on the 10th or 11th, something like that. 9th, 10th, something like that. And so she had like a lot of like insurance and stuff like that. And there was a blessing that she always leave money. She used to leave 10, 11, like hundreds of dollars. I'm like, and I remember that I got a camera. I ain't had no film. People was taking film. I said, can I get the film, please, to put in there? And I was good. I was good with that camera because I had a camera like before they broke. She said, I want you to have something that part of Rose and stuff like that. And but that was during the time that, me and mom, we was I ain't gonna say we was going at it, but it was like, but so she told me to come back the next day and we talked and we went through certain things. And then that's when she had, her other kids come she said, I want you to stay. We're gonna have pizza, Chinese food. I said, want the money on rolls and stuff like that. And I never forget that. So I went back home, to ex-wife. But she did that. It was so convenient because my ex-wife, her mother and father lived like 3 blocks away. They also call that the terminals, but those are co-ops. So she said, I'm already here. I said, okay. So it was convenient. I went to see them. Then I went back, my mom's and stuff, and my late mother. We had fun to it. And I needed that as a family. And then I managed to put a smile on my mom's face, saying, I'll play some chuck, ready to kick your butt. I said, yeah, I'm ready to get at you anyway. And my mom, she said, I got some snaps in there. You know where it's at? I said, no, I don't. What? You find it. And she bought me a bottle of Manischewitz. My late mother bought me a bottle of Manischewitz Concord Grape and Manischewitz Concord Cream. Well, I used to get my behind cut off that, boy. And that was a blessing, because I remember me and Aunt Rosie used to drink it together and stuff like that. And I had to drink my mom's, And I'm sorry. Back in '96, I lost my grandmother, my mother's lost her in 96. You know. Salute to you, Cool Jin. So along the way that we pushing 2012, the ex I was telling you about that had my son 4.5 months. I got kicked out. June 1st, 2012. Came down to Virginia, just two plastic bags of clothes and a knapsack. Okay. That was low too. But the blessings behind it, my older brother took me in. And that was a blessing. And so I had to start over again. You know, leaving from Brooklyn, I was part of the Bible um, study, Bible group. I was a big, I ain't see you in a minute. Thanks for coming. Appreciate you. Thank you. Cool, just thank everybody. And so after all that, June 1st, I left Bible study. I was the youngest. I was the active president. I was the active vice president, and I was the active treasury. And I was the youngest. Everybody else was older and stuff. So I had a lot of responsibilities. You know, you know, we had fish fry fundraiser, cake fundraisers. Make have money to keep the Bible study up. So again, community was very important. And at the time, I was getting my hair cut. Now this is during the time I was getting my baldy, but I wasn't. And so I was talking to one of the guys. I see you got a lot of condoms in you. Hey, why? And he said, man, I don't know why people don't want to get it, man. Trying to protect. I said, once you give it to me, I give them out. He said, yeah. And he said, it was a clinic across the street. So he called him and he said, hey, you tell them, I said, all right. So I started giving out condoms to young people to protect themselves. And I used to get the consent from their parents. Now, during that time, I was in college. I was in college at the time. So to understand, to leave all that and go to Virginia, that was hurtful for me because I felt I let the community down. But at the same time, I got to do what's right for me. So it was a blessing that my brother took me in back in 2012. And going through the hurt and everything. And I was bitter. I was bitter. So in September of the same year, I've got my own place in Newport News, Virginia, where I'm at right now. See, Hampton and Newport News is like Brooklyn and Queens, next to each other. And I was still hurt, And I was working at the time. At the time, my oldest brother, he was my head supervisor. So I was like, hey, you say, hey, listen, you got a nice spot out there, Newport News, you got wherever it's you. And so mid-September, no, I said about the second week of September 2012, I was going the second week. I was in Newport News. And he said tears was coming down my eyes. I said, what the fuck you talking about? Tears coming down my eyes, man. Yo, bro, tears coming down your eyes, man. He said, bro, I'm sending you home. You coming next Wednesday. Don't even worry about it. The spot is yours and everything. Don't even worry about it. And so I'm sending you home. I said, man, I don't need to send home. Why are you acting? He said, bro, is this your spot? Don't even worry about it. I'm just leasing it to somebody. Wednesday is yours. Already talked to the people. Come on. I gotta be a big brother this, man. We'll deal what you have to deal with because you've been holding this for a minute. And I thank him for that. Because I was stubborn as hell. I was stubborn. Woo. But he said, I'm going to get you wherever you want to get. I go take you. So I got me some managed service. And he called my late mother and said, Mom, you need to talk to Jerry. He was crying. He didn't even know. You need to talk to him. And he dropped me off. And never forget it was on a Tuesday too. It was on Tuesday. And but the blessings behind that, my late mother was talking to me. And she had me reassured that if you keep that hurt, that means she wins, not you. And it was a blessing because I needed that. I need to hear that. And even the cousins, they called me, let me know. I haven't heard from them in a long time, but they came in, they checked, make sure, and they gave me some great counsel. So I needed that. And that was a blessing. Then 2009, 2019, that's when I lost moms. But before then, my moms was sick in the hospital for like 2 weeks before that. So I was in New York for almost 3 weeks. So during the time, I was like, letting you know, this was on the Underrated Darkest channel, matter of fact. So I was letting you know that mom, she's holding on and everything. And that's when Amanda, she was in the chat, and then to find that her son got shot, and later on he passed. And if she found that out on my live on Underrated Darkest channel, and that hurt it, And then that next week, my mom passed August. I'm sorry, my mom's passed um, September 28th, 2019. And I had to travel back to Virginia, and I left there. It's like I was fine in New York. Then when I was on my way back, it seemed my whole soul was ripped apart. And during the time, I was going through personal things too, and that's why y'all was seeing me. I was doing stuff at the library and stuff, just get away. Then less than a month later, I lost my youngest brother Lamar, October 8th within a month and a half. Go back new and deal with that. And then a week later, my cousin-in-law lost his father the week after. So it was like bum 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 bum. And the blessing over that is that I had people that make sure that I was okay. My second oldest brother, like my late second oldest brother, was like, make sure when you go to Western Union, I got send some. I said, I don't need no money. No, just go send some money, and I get some money in and put some food in my stomach and keep myself abreast, and keep on encouraging and stuff like that. And along the way, I met this brother named Muhammad, the one, my sister Amanda, she knows him. We got very close in my Underrated Darkest channel. We was like doing talk music, and we was talking about Puerto Ricans had not adopted, but how the music got it from African roots and stuff like that. And then now go past now we go 2000, now we hitting 2020 now, and in August 22nd, 5:22 p.m. Never forget that one of the partners had texted me, let me know that we lost Muhammad the one. And that hurt because salute to you, brother. She stay sleep. And Brother she says he knew I was going through it. And I just want to thank you. And I want y'all right now, send your condolences to my brother. He lost his father New Year's Eve. Please, right now, send your condolences to him. Please. The son and the father relationship got to be talked about. And along the way, I lost Muhammad's the one. Even she stay asleep. No, Muhammad's the one. We all as a family to be together. And that's when I had my the underrated dinner fellowship live. And we used to, we had that like man, I said about almost 3 years. Every Sunday, I used to cook up, show my food. We used to have discussions. We used to have fun, heated discussions now, but we found solutions. And I was very proud doing it. And Muhammad's the one. He was a part of that. And lost him, and it hurt it for me personally. It hurt it because along the way, when I was low, when I was dealing with my loss, and he was right there, and he was fighting for his life. I ain't know it till later on. And always called me like, Tenny, hey, bro, you all right? They ain't gonna be all right, bro. I said, I don't know what's up, Junior Elder. I don't know. You're gonna be all right. But the blessing behind him, when he passed away, things started looking up. Things started turning around for me. And I start seeing the snakes that some of these people is, outside the space and inside the space too. And death will change you. Death will change you. Make you see things in a broader perspective way. It makes you to respect humanity more. And it makes you sharpen up, your awareness too. So along the way, we hit 2021. Speed up there, and I lost my second oldest brother, August 18th of last year. The advocate. And that hurt. And along the way, I had to deal with it. I'm sorry. In March, I lost my half sister. My late father. So I lost my half sister. And so along the way, I deal with that. And along the way, I lost the ex. But the blessings that I gain is it keep on my grind, keep on, serve our community, talk to the people, talk to the young ones, and do whatever I can to help. God gave me a blessing. I could wake up and open up my eyes. Maybe I don't have a lot of money. Maybe I don't have all that influence that some people in the spaces, but God had blessed me. No, X, not the wife, X. The X on 12 hours. The one after my wife. And now, she stays sleeping. Amanda guys, you know what I'm talking about. And along the way, I got a blessing that I've been praying for a minute. And God had blessed me. I'm not gonna say what it is, but she stays sleeping. The man of guys, you know what it is. And I'm here again, well-rounded warrior, fighting. It let me know that even though that throughout the years has people in this space had disrespect me, had disrespect my existence, that act like I ain't even there. But God knows. He let me know I'm here. And he surrounded people around me to keep me sustained, to keep me grounded, but to keep me hungry for the knowledge and the wisdom, and also to advocate for the less fortunate ones. Okay, no problem, man. So, always been a warrior. That's who I am. So, to understand that you got to deal with losses and do that through trials and tribulation to understand. Now, all the times when I'm talking about I received blessings, I didn't even know the blessings was coming. It was just there. It showed up. And understand that throughout your life, you're going to go through trials and tribulations. It's never stopped. It never stops. But just understand, just, oh yeah, I'm going to go through trials and tribulations. I'm going to receive the blessing. No, it doesn't receive the blessing. No, it doesn't work. God do not operate like that. But God don't give what you want. He give you what you need. So for me personally, I have an obligation to aid and help the ones that want to help. To aid, to help that wants it. And I have to understand that some of them don't want it. You just don't get it. You're on your own. But I would say this, I'm talking about men now. I deal with outside of space. I get it. But I'm going to tell the men in this space and hear my voice right now that we need each other more than ever. Us as men, we have suffered losses in our life right now, and also we are suffering losses in this system. And I know there are some women fail to understand that, but if you don't understand, that is on you. And there are some brothers, some men fail to understand that is on you. We got to get to work and be there for each other. We gonna disagree? Yes. And we have to keep on pushing that the man and the woman has to be together, has to be in solid foundation. Man, we have to keep on taking care of our kids. We have to fight for our kids, man. You know? Even though that there are some toxic women do not want you to be around the kids. And I know there are some men don't like when I say that, but it is true. We don't even appreciate that a man change for the better, to fight for himself and fight for his family. But we want to be around some young and old men that down low harass women, that wants to be around women that don't like you, don't respect you. Nah, I don't want to be around that. because God wired me as a man, and I'm going to act according as a man. If Holly nobody don't like it, I don't care. You don't like me. And that's the attitude we should have. Always have the attitude. I'm not a mean person. I'm just committed. I'm just committed. I'm committed to this movement of humanity, and especially us as a family of African descent. We are under attack, especially heterosexual. So the question is, are you going to be on God's side for the men and women to be together and keep the family together, or you're not? Because trust me, it's heterosexual, us as heterosexual men and women, we are under attack for a long time. And it's getting worse and worse. And there are some men and women in this space feels that any of them that they could be around these people, they could break bread with these people, and they console themselves. Got you. Yeah, I got it. Welcome. I hope that you subscribe to this channel, and even my first channel, The Underrated Darkness, that I will get back soon. And yeah, I understand all men. I understand all men under attack, but I'm a black man, so I gotta address the black man. That's how it is. I know what you're talking about. Let me work. All right. Thank you. We're gonna stick to the subject here. And so we gotta work on that, family. And women, if you believe in God and you put God first in your life, the man is part of God's creation. Men, if you believe in a woman that she can bring something to the table, she's part of God's creation. And these are facts. Our children, part of God's creation. So it's up to us as parents, even if you're not parents, if you're uncles, aunts, legal guardian, older cousins, godmothers, godfathers, we have the obligation to keep the family together. And these are blessings that we can give out genuinely. But be committed and stay with it. Be committed and stay with it. Be committed and stays with it. You got to stay with it. You got to be in it. You got to seek it through. Just as my life and my continued life on this earth, that I hope to live to see 56 in June. To be committed to myself, to be a better person, and be committed to keep immediate family together and do whatever I can to help. And that's part of my purpose. It's very important to me. When you suffer losses in your life, it brings you a better perspective of yourself. And you have to embrace it, family. We got to embrace it. We can't run away no more. So I have to stand up and be committed. Make sure to committed to myself first. Make sure my spirituality is in check. Make sure my emotion, my spirituality, mental state, my emotional state, my social state, all wrapped in one, connected. Then when I rearrange, be connected, still be connected, then I can help. Because going through trials and tribulations, you have to be committed to be better. And the sad thing in this space, majority of them is not. Young or old. And there are quite a few puppets, and there's a lot of fake ones in here. And they act like they better than anybody else, and they figured, oh, I can say what you want, but I know who you are. Brother Bruce in the building. Thank you so much for coming. That's why in this space, I pick and choose who I want to chill with. What's the sense to go? Well, I feel like this. What's the sense to go somewhere that you're not wanted? That they don't believe what you could bring, what you could bring. What's the sense? I'm not going to. I used to like put myself out there, and I'm not going to do it. 2022, I gotta do things different. Because when you do that, when you're putting yourself out there, sometimes you kill it. Sometimes you're not going to receive the blessing because you're blocking it. You know, you gotta stay away from people that is not good for you to receive the blessing. What's the sense to put yourself out there of some people and they figure that they could talk to you and treat you any way you want to, and then they can say whatever they want. I know along the way of last year, even get to this year, there's certain people that feel like I'm not this, I'm that. Instead of like call me up and find out what's going on. But I have to understand that God has a hand in it. So it's what it is, what it is. I hear you, Cool Jet. I hear you. Oh, hold on. Cool Jet. Type something in the chat right now, please. Type something right now in the chat, please. Like for you, brother Kujan, I can't be around certain people of my age group. I can't. I can't be around certain young ones. I can't. Anytime. And so just understand that God have his hand on our life that sometimes we don't want to acknowledge. Just as you see the title, the losses that I suffer, at the same time I was gaining blessings. And even at times when I go way back in my lifetime, for years, I said, oh, I just got that. But you know, when I got older, those was blessings. I remember me and my brother. This was me and my late second oldest brother. That's during the time he was living with my great grandmother. And it's back. I think I'm back in 80. Oh man, I think it was back in 80. I think what fall. I think it was back in 85. I think it's 85. I think. Yeah. So at the time he was living with he was my great grandma. So he said, "Let's go get a hero." The people in the hood, 12 hours, she know what I'm talking about, man. Well, it got me a hero. So it was this A-Rad store. The A-Rad people, they knew our family for a long time. For a long time, man. And he said, yeah, go get your soda and stuff like that. And I said, what happened? I got robbed. So he said, what sandwich you want? So they was making my sandwich quick. He said, you don't have to pay for it. You don't have to pay for it. It's on us. So we was getting our stuff, walking out the store. It was a fan full cops pull up and everything. I know what about getting pointed in my head, guns get pointed in my head. You know what I'm saying? I dealt with that too. It was a blessed guy that man. So get back to the story. My guns had on point on my late second oldest brother, and most guns were pointing on me. So A-Rad guy said, "Look, that's not them. I knew the family. Where you got the food? We fixed the food for them and stuff like that. This. So he pointed the guys down the street. Those are the ones down there that robbed me. You go get them. These are the good. They don't do nothing like that. They didn't know what's going on. So for me, he said, let me. That's what we done. And I remember as an older brother, he said, be quiet, be quiet. And, then I just find out later on that was the first time he had guns drawn on him. The cops had stopped him. That wasn't my first time. So um, I stayed calm. I told my second brother, don't cry. Don't do nothing. I had gun in my head, gun in my nuts, my back, everything. I'm like, yeah. So I don't know, it was a black sergeant. He said, what is you doing? That's not them. I keep on telling you, they down the block. And I never get the black sergeant. He said, I'm sorry. I am very sorry it happened to you. He said, come on, get your ass and go get him. Let's go. And so my brother said, I'm gonna walk you home. I said, nah, don't walk me home because they were still following. It was detectives was still following us. I said, listen, if you go the opposite way, you don't have nothing to worry about. See, I learned this from the Black Panther Party when I was little. They also was a blessing. I said, no, you go away. You know what I'm saying? You go this way. You don't have nothing to worry about. The camouflage and everything. So, but again, as an older brother, he made sure gotta make sure I'm fine. So it's okay. So he left and he went home. He said, you sure I'm on the corner? They followed me. They got out and followed me. I said, why are you following me for? We just want to make sure you get home. I said, nah, that's all right. You can walk, you can walk. So what happened was the people knew what happened. And the community again, the OGs, they get their stuff, from the corner store. And they walk with me. It was a girl, I said about good 50. And then, they backed off and walked. Camouflage. I learned that from the Black Panthers. And I walked, blended in. People said, I don't know what's going on with these people. Stuff like that, I don't know. And I forgot. There's a few more things I'm gonna close out. Then my father got robbed back in '84, and there was a carnival, and it was messed up. So I put it to you this way. I put it to you this way, y'all. I found out years later who it was. And I can say this an understatement, it wasn't nice. And that's all I'm gonna say about that. And but I received a blessing out of that too. You know? See, we fail to understand this that we hurt each other, we kill each other, yeah, that person died and their family go through it. But what about the person get caught? Their family have to go through it too. And so to understand is that the losses that I suffer in my life turn into blessings. We gotta understand that. And like I said, for the blessings, it's not going to come when you want to, but it's gonna come when you need it. And it seemed like it. And tell the truth, y'all. In your life, I want you to put yes. Put one for yes, two for no, whatever, or put two, I don't know. When you was going through trials and tribulations, right? When you received that blessing, did it came on time? Put one for yes or two, I don't know. I'm waiting, y'all. Put one for yes and two, I don't know. Oh, you could put two, well. Let me do that. Come on, y'all. It comes right on time, right? That blessings when you overcome trials and tribulations, it came right on time, right? Come on, let's see some more ones. There's got to be some more ones here. 12 vows. She set it off. Thank you so much. You know, she's so on. Come on, y'all. Come on, y'all. Yeah, always come on through a time. Come on. Yeah, there you go. It's got to be some more ones. Always come on time. And it'd be much more sweeter, much more revealing that sometimes you come in tears because God give you what you want, give you what you needed. But you can't tell these fools in here, in this space, because they blessings feel I got a nice house, I got a nice car, I got a nice man, I got a nice woman. But you don't put God first. That don't mean them blessings don't mean nothing. Yeah, there you go. And even you go through trials, tribulations, you got to say that you're blessed because a lot of us did not have the luxury to wake up and see another day. And we don't even in this space don't even talk about. We talk about certain people have lost their parents, lost their loved ones. But we want to continue. But what about the other ones has losses? So I say anybody that lost a loved one, my condolences to you. I mean it. Even you don't rock with me, even you don't, you suffer a loss. Hey. So I think I said enough. I'm not gonna open up the panel. I'm not gonna do that. I just want to get this out. Got to understand now. I just wire differently. I just willing to put in the work to strive to be better through God. I am not backing down for no man and no woman. Nah, I'm not wired like that. Hey, how you doing? Long time don't see ya. Keep up the good work. The ones that I came in late, you can catch on the rewind. Please let's get the lights up. Um, hit the bell. Share me out. And again, you don't need this space to validate you, y'all. Long as God validates you, long as your family knows what you made of. That's what really counts. And your close friends that you call family. That's all what counts. I don't care less no peasant, some men and some women. I don't care. Blessings came to me. And then on my boxing, and when I did boxing yesterday, it's gonna be more blessings coming to me. And not just for me, then to others. Because you know why? Because they know the grinders grind. They know what I bring to the table. So now y'all gonna see me in a certain form, like, whoa, I ain't never knew about that. But I've been like this. I've been like this. I just pick and choose what I need to be. So my condolences to your family, to y'all lost any lost ones. Just keep your head up and do whatever you can to cope with it. And I know it sounds harsh, but it's gonna be a blessing. Gonna happen. Just keep on working at it. Stay focused. And understand that trials and tribulations, no matter how short it is, no matter how long it is, you will see it. You will know it. You will feel it. Because God knows you deserve it. Suffer losses will make you a strong person for the betterment. Just remember that. Yeah. So on behalf of my channel, my secondary channel, the number one grinder, real talk, yours truly, the number one grinder. If y'all it'd be very much appreciated if y'all want to donate. My cash app is $ capital JT 53000. As Amanda has put, if you want to donate, that'd be greatly appreciated. Much love to y'all. And understand, anybody that is traveling to your destination or home, single, travel with other loved ones, or travel with your friends or associates, yeah, Keep it up, y'all. Keep it up. Again, on behalf of my channel, number one grind, real talk. Good afternoon. Stay blessed. Stay blessed. Stay blessed. Peace to y'all and your families. Stay blessed. Stay blessed. Stay blessed. Good afternoon. This one is Ghost. Let's walk in God's sight. Be good to each other. Peace.